The herb of life. It was believed to be seen in a lush green valley, in the shadow of a mountain, the kingdom by a sea, a boy on a farm with a small family who were known as the sellers of a certain kind of seed. But by bringing him a brother, the boy's mother died, and the father who loved her was not far behind, and the two were left under their grandmother's care, a crone with high cheekbones and silvery hair. She taught them to tend to the herbs and to render the old medicine that so few now remember, with the simplest of implements, the glimmer in her eye. She dried the plant flowers to shake off a fine powder that was light and fluffy, and allowed her to dissolve into her bowl a very small amount that was and take into town to the hospital and the sick people she found, like someone in pain needing sleep or appetite, sore bones or glaucoma to stop them going blind, for skin irritations or migraine headaches, or for people who uncontrollably shake. The herbal remedy was beyond compare, prepared with such attention to detail and care. She'd also used the stalk of the herb to make ropes, and wove it as baskets, and spun it as clothes. All her fortune was little, she would still make the most of this true herb of life, whose seeds she would roast or press to make cakes, and squeeze for oil, keeping secret its name, for fear it would spoil men's hearts, who, when governed by fear and greed, would steal for a flower or kill for a seed. Yeah, as the boys grew, they too mastered these arts. They created the tools that they need from the plants to separate the resins, just like their grandmother, make medicines like no other. But as the two grew, they learned this plant was illegal by royal decree. It was kept from the people, and though most folk thought naught from earth could be evil, and were sure the work of the priests was the real cause of these laws, but soon most forgot, as age filled the graves and babes filled the cots, that a plant which the people had taken for granted was banned from their lands, and had now been enchanted, for if anyone planted or dared to avail of its 10,000 uses, they would end up in jail. The elder brother cried, "Arrest the hillside." Then his brother said, "The river does aid and abet. Better to tame the sun." Then the elder wise said, "Jail the wind for trafficking. Put a bounty on its head." The two sons cried in righteous disbelief, but as great was their pride, soon greater became their grief, as their grandma was old and soon she lay dying. But smiling she told them of the hill giants and a prophecy that was to be fulfilled by the king's seventh son, as the gods willed. But the priestly guild was sure to defend what they built to the bitter end. So she said, "If you remember just one thing, it's that the giants are not close friends of the king, as they too love this herb that now is illegal, used to make their living growing it for the people." And after she passed, the young men made an oath to maintain her craft, ensuring the growth of the plants, although they would remain a secret, for a promise was told and they intended to keep it. They wanted to teach, share their seeds, and help people grow to fulfill their own needs. See, it had been so long since this plant was outlawed that neighbors now turned each other in for a reward, and to avoid being punished, it was fear and isolation and disease spread in the nation. So they agreed this law would need to fall, for the seeds and the leaves were for the healing of all, and they thought up a plan to rise and stand in defiance by searching the hillside, finding the giants. First two chapters of The Herb of Life